A very blunt question.
But Fox is lying to you.
Friends and neighbours, and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
But now you start to see, yes? The people never happy. It's never enough.
All right, and we are back to Not for Broadcast. We're going to see just what this narrative has in store for us. It's a lot deeper than I expected it to be. And it's only on the second, well, day 15, I guess, technically. But yeah, we'll kind of go from here, see what happens.
We're only getting started.
Yes, we are only getting started. Once it decides to load anyway. There it goes. Hi, Mac. You get to the theater slightly early and Sam's already there waiting, dressed to the nines. You smile widely as you join hands and take your seats in the private box. You certainly could get used to this. The tickets arrived on your doormat on Monday with a typed thank you from Chris. You'll get your passport back soon enough, apparently. The show isn't to your usual taste, a taste of pretentious opera in a language you know for a fact that Chris doesn't speak either. Still, the complimentary drinks sure go down smooth. When the show finally ends, how many bows do these people need? You stand in line to get your coats, and Sam has you in creases with a hilarious impression of the conductor, arms flailing wildly. Can't talk tonight, apparently. The couple in front of you are talking about the relocation of people who couldn't pay their new tax bills. It sounds awful. Sam smiles gratefully at you as you both think of Chris, safe and sound. This game is just getting more and more dark. It is $50 wine. It's bad. When you get home, you're still laughing as Sam heads upstairs to shower before bed. You notice your 14-year-old son isn't home, and there's a note on the kitchen table in his almost illegible scrawl. It says he's at a friend's house. It's a school night, so you go over there and march him home, or you trust Charlie. He'll be home soon enough. I trust Charlie. He'll be home soon enough. It's one night. He's got to start taking responsibility for his own decisions sometime. What's the worst that could happen? I don't like how you word it that way, game. You scare me a little bit. A call from school. This is upbeat. Maybe I need to turn this down a little bit. Jesus Christ. Okay. Turned it down for myself. Anyway, your family answering machine crackles to life. Who could be calling while you and your spouse were at work? Good afternoon. This is a message for the Winston family. It's Miss Smith calling regarding your son Charles. The tinny woman goes on. I'm going to stop doing that accent. That was ridiculous. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for it, but he wasn't in school today and we haven't heard from you that he would be absent. I'd like to remind you that we do require all absences to be authorized in advance or in exceptional circumstances for parents to ring first thing in the morning. Please see to it that it doesn't happen again. Thank you. Goodbye. Someone has some explaining to do. Is it too loud? Okay, I'll turn it down here. It's still too loud. Game. Well, let's do this, because we still want to hear the actual audio, just not the redunculous music. Let's do 20%. That's usually safe. A gentle reminder. You're leafing through the pile of accumulated post. Each new bill pulls on your gut like a lead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. You recognize the teal Advance logo on the envelope. You tear it open. Dear Winston residents, this is your second reminder letter regarding the Assets and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Please submit your passports to your nearest government office as soon as possible in order to register for the scheme. You cannot receive your share of the national rebate without submitting these documents. Motherfucker. You knew there would be consequences, but this doesn't make it any easier. So if you weren't watching the last time, we gave our passport to our brother-in-law. And we don't have it, obviously. We work as a team, and we are rewarded as a team. Forwards together, Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Chris is safe, that's all that matters, you hope. So, the the brother-in-law needed to leave the country, and they had taken his passport. And apparently, somehow, the character, and excuse me, the not brother-in-law, the spouse-in-law, because the names are all gender-neutral, which is amazing. So, had to leave the country, and apparently somehow we look like them. So, we handed over the passport to let them leave the country so that they could not get caught up by this very clearly authoritarian regime's wealth redistribution scheme. Chris is safe. That's all that matters. You hope. Wait, are we not going to talk to our child about... Okay. No. I don't want it to be a tight Christmas. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow is settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You did always have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now, your dad's place. Across from you is Chris's empty seat. Probably on a tropical beach somewhere, you think. You catch Sam's eye, who breaks into a smile, clearly thinking the same thing. Even without Chris, the food has had to be stretched a little thinner this year, but no one seems to notice. Christmas really can be a wonderful time of year. You look around the room at your family. Are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? You stay silent, you make a toast. I'm going to talk to Grandma. You should always talk to Grandma. But... okay. Your mother smiles broadly at you just like she used to. Yes, Pat, it's absolutely lovely. Sam softly corrects her. That's Alex, Cassandra, Alex. Pat's not with us anymore. Yes, of course, she mutters. And immediately she's back to the frail shadow of her former self. Sam smiles kindly and squeezes your hand under the table. You look around the room at your family. Make a toast. You stand and raise your glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here. Well, most of us. There are murmurs of cheers and much clinking of glasses. Your daughter Susie seizes the opportunity to corner you. You know how you love me? You raise a questioning eyebrow. I'm not going to like this, am I? You joke. You know me and my friends are planning on traveling this year, Susie begins innocently. Well, I'm hoping you'd help me with the money. Laugh or you frown. Ugh. I think I'm going to pick frown, because this feels like laughing off her desires, and this one's more like I'd love to but can't. You sigh and Susie's face drops immediately. You know money's tight at the moment, Suze, especially now Grandma's staying here. You hate having to say no to the kids. Just how much are we talking here? Only a few hundred, she mumbles as she pushes a stray pea around her plate. It takes a great effort for you to not spit your old wine across the table onto your elderly mother. I know it's a lot, darling, Sam interjects, but trains are expensive. This is a great opportunity for her, and I did already say she could go. Oh, God. Okay, the character they're giving me to play, they established that they have a hard time saying no to the children. So I'm going to pick this one. So there are two options. I'm sorry, but that's money we just don't have. And you're right, we'll make it work somehow. We're going to make it work somehow. Because I have a feeling, if we play our cards right, we're going to be able to afford it and not give a crap. Why is our current wealth what is money? I just noticed that. Was that like that at the start? I don't think that was like that at the start. Susie's grin stretches ear to ear. Okay, that made it worth it. You mean it? That's so great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The mood soars as Sam puts a paper hat on your head and Charlie takes pleasure in reading everyone's god-awful cracker jokes. The room is filled with voices and laughter. Looking around at your grinning family, your mother whispers, "Your father would be so pleased." You dab your eye with a napkin. You feel very lucky. Why does the zip in this damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages, finally getting some alone time together where you can forget about the noise of life. No kids, no work, just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up the battle and you drag the bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answering machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Bozeman. That's totally supposed to be Mr. Bossman. Anyway, I'm calling to inform you that you will be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers, and the National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I will expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock turns to annoyance, then fury. What are you going to tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs brimming with excitement. Kissing you, they grab the car keys from the dish and start to load your bags into the back. I'm ignoring that fucking message. We need this weekend. So the options are ignore the message you need this weekend and apologize profusely to your spouse, but you really should go into work. Bozeman's temper is legendary. Screw his temper. We need this weekend. Message deleted. What was that? Comes a voice from behind you. Nothing important, you reply as you put on your coat, adrenaline coursing through your body. Grabbing Sam round the waist, you practically slam the front door. You might as well enjoy your time off. You're going to pay for it on Monday. An unwelcome return. When you get to work Monday morning, you get some sour looks from your exhausted colleagues. A note sits waiting for you. The immaculate script is blood red. I am very disappointed, Winston. Was it worth it? After this run, I'll do another one where I pick different choices. Day 98, a permission slip. Your son, Charlie, hovers at your elbow as you read, "Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the Advanced Go-Getters today. Forwards together." This doesn't sound like the youth club he told you about. Oh god, it's the Hitler Youth. Charlie grabs the flyer from you and thrusts a form into your hand. So I can walk there straight from school, and Ben's sister can drop us home after. So you won't have to do anything. I see the allegory. But my character wouldn't see the allegory, because he's already shown himself to be bootlicker in the other episode. And besides, getting on the ruling party's good side might be a good thing. Jesus Christ. You sign the permission slip for your son to join the Advanced Go-Getters, or you refuse to sign the form for your son. God, this is difficult. Because I really don't want to sign that form. But again, they have trouble saying no to the children. Right? I gotta be consistent. Your son is thrilled. It's heartwarming to see him so passionate about becoming an active part of the community. This can only be a good thing. No, it can definitely not be a good thing. There are definitely situations in which this would not be a good thing. Don't lie to me, game. A profitable partnership. After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the posts sorted into piles, as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is the usual rubbish, but a letter with the increasingly familiar Advance logo and urgent respond immediately plastered on the front in a correspondingly urgent red font grabs your attention. Best to get it over with. Dear Winston residents, this letter is to inform you that the Advance government has taken another step forwards in our fight for equality. By nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among the citizens of this great country, the Partnership Bonds program ensures that wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being in the manifesto. Every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions chosen by Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note, all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. EOB, Eye of the Beholder Incorporated, whether it's cosmetics, clothing, or couture, however the hell you say that word. Couture? Anyway, I'm too redneck for that word. Let's put it that way. We see the beauty in all our customers. Neil's Deals Limited, it's always a steal from Crazy Neil. Or Pleasure Corp. Our business is your pleasure, from sport to travel or even just some you time. You can't say pleasure without leisure. Anyway, Gonna go ahead and pick Pleasure Corp because it's easier to get money from like selling fun, and the other things are a little I see them as potentially problematic. So we're gonna pick Pleasure Corp. Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using the envelope provided. You'll receive a report from your partnerships in 3 to 6 working months. It seems even Advance can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. The future of this nation is in partnership. Forwards together, Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Just how much influence could you have? I work in news, and I pick ads. There is a lot of influence I could have. Day 120, a teenage rebellion. When am I going to do the news again? You step out of your old car in silence. Sam slams the door and you wince, hoping the door won't come off its hinges. You don't say anything. Now's not the time. As you approach the front desk, you feel physically sick. The police officer asks you to wait. Is this what I signed your permission slip for, boy? Probably am. Oh, it's the daughter. My bad. Eventually, after what seems like an eternity, your daughter is brought out by an officer with a kind face. She's a good kid, but if we pick her up for graffiti again, we will have to charge her. You nod and apologize on Susie's behalf as Sam hugs your shell-shocked daughter. As you shake her hand, the officer lowers her voice. Keep her away from that boy, and I think she'll be fine. In the car, you attempt to broach the subject, but Susie refuses to say a word. After a while, you give up your questions about who this boy might be and just drive. Hours later, you stare at the ceiling, worrying. The stillness in the bedroom is the only sign that Sam is also wide awake. Who is Susie hanging out with? Why is she acting out? Neither of you are going to sleep tonight. Oh, am I actually going to do the news again? I would hope that's what the loading screen means. Game? Okay. I don't like that it's called The Tempest. That's concerning.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Top hip. My God, that weather looks nasty.
Is this the one where I get electrocuted?
Why are men such pricks?
Yeah, well, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his fish.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talk to you.
It probably is a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
It's time for the National Nightly News with Jeremy Donaldson and Megan.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf.
Jeremy Donaldson.
Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative.
Our main stories.
A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, Doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Holdensford and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cabin's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy. I think I'll stick to risotto.
Labot avoided. As the last Mr. Snuggleheads is found and destroyed, we ask, how could we have been so blind?
Fortunately, this station wisely chose not to advertise Mr. Snugglehugs, and the subsequent disappointing sales turned out to be a miracle, as only 7 children were horribly injured by the lethal toy. How much worse could it have been? Thankfully,
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The game just crashed. Ah, bugger. I hope it has an autosave or something. Let's, go here. One moment. I really hope it has an autosave. I don't want to go through all that again.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Donovan. Our main headlines tonight.
Okay, I have to read this. Oh, shoot. Jesus, Horatio Facebook. It looks like your game didn't close properly. Blah, blah, blah. Regular... Here, send us your error report. We genuinely want everyone to have the best possible experience, so please don't be afraid to get in touch. Alternatively, scribble your bugs onto a relative and hurl them into the sea.
Cannot believe you.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that is amazing.
Cured death.
Jog off!
Give me just a moment. I'm gonna get some hydration and I will be back and then try and resume.
Oh, Megan. We're only getting started.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Donovan. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
To every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
What a wild ride this has been.
Well, that's a very blunt question.
But France is lying to you.
Friends and neighbours, and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
But now you start to see, yes, the people never happy. It's never enough.
I cannot believe you, Ellen.
Are you saying that Advance have cured death?
Jog off!
We're still vassals, slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
Oh, Megan. We're only getting started.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Donovan. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
To every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
All right. Water obtained. We shall try and get back to this. Hopefully I can continue past without a Jesus Horatio facefucker moment. That was... At least it auto-saved before the news segment.
I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it.
Oh,
You
right.
still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break.
Oh.
Right, that's the lot. Have a great show.
Second break.
God, that weather looks nasty.
Well, how's it going with Steve? Why are we...
I'm actually going to put it there so fewer people see it.
He has a complicated relationship.
There,
Are you
and
saying
actually...
this imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
It probably was a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4,
What?
3.
I'm actually trying to make sure they don't get more power, because I don't like this fascist whoever they are.
Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record...
I haven't been... Whoops.
Could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bloodbath avoided. As the last Mr. Snugglehugs is found and destroyed, we ask, how could we have been so blind?
Fortunately, this station wisely chose not to advertise Mr. Snugglehugs, and the subsequent disappointing sales turned out to be a miracle, as only 7 children were horribly injured by the lethal toy. How much worse could it have been?
I just realized that these are the advanced people.
Questions have been raised about the government's judgment, with Prime Minister Peter Clement forced to apologise this morning for seeming to endorse the self-combusting plaything in this publicity shot taken last Christmas. Let's hope his niece recovers quickly.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleys and Tiffany Lamour were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year, and this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Could we be on the verge of the biggest celebrity wedding since professional wrestler Randy Grizzlenuts McFridge
Grizzlenuts?
married his longtime tag team partner
Grizzlenuts.
Tiny Hands last year
Tiny
in a
Hands.
wrestling ring made entirely of cake.
Is his once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sports?
And radical ideas. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a surprising new project that already has the markets raising an eyebrow.
Known for taking risks and bold strategies, could the adventurous CEO be leading the business giant down a dark alley, or taking it to a new level of success?
The manufacturing giant promises that the Junior Employment Opportunity Scheme will not only increase employment...
I chose not moobs because that's a little...
Critics are speaking out against what they're calling child labour. The scheme is being marketed under the slogan, lots of little hands to make lots of little things.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon live at the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Oops. Oh no, this is the electrocution one, isn't it? I don't want to get shocked.
But first tonight, while Advance is certainly proving popular with the majority of the country, who've seen their wealth and standards of living increase considerably, for some, the transition has not been as pleasant.
That's right, Megan. The formerly aristocratic members of our society have had to make major adjustments to come to terms with the new regime.
Robin Short is in suburbia investigating rumours that these previously privileged people may be planning some kind of protest. Robin?
Thanks, Megan. I'm here in Moderate Hatchings to talk to Wentworth and Penelope Somerset Bentley, who were relocated to the house you see behind me after Advance passed the Assets and Wealth Act on their first day in office. Tell me, how are you settling into your new lives?
Well, quite frankly, Robin, we're not settling in at all. Our neighbours are whitewatters.
It's simply untenable. I hope you'll forgive my language, but it's as steaming as a Wednesday hatch basket with too much spatting.
Steady now, Penelope. Sorry, Robin, my sister's under a lot of pressure. She had to dress herself this morning and she still hasn't quite recovered, Robin.
My goodness, that must have been quite a shock.
She really struggles with Wibbons, Robin.
Well, at least
Wibbons, Robin.
in a nice big house.
Big house? This grubby little gaddis spatch only has one staircase.
And the breakfast room and the dining room in the same bloody place. Imagine that, having all one's grub in one room. One womb, Robin.
One womb, Robin.
You say to the people that feel that your family has had it far too easy for far too long, and that these redistributions are both...
I'm kind of enjoying watching this.
I hardly think we've had it easy for fussle's sake. Only one of our swimming pools was even heated.
But realistically, what can you do?
Well, you've asked the right bloody question, Robin.
Uh-oh. No. No.
The youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason.
I think our toilet butler was from Swinstead. Dear George. Oh, I wonder what happened to him. Daddy
I don't...
him in the buttocks and he ran off into the woods.
Oh, good times.
That's probably my last happy memory, Robin.
Tragic, but what can you do?
We will rise and rebel. We wage war on our revolting rulers.
I'm...
Rebellious whitings. Our best guess in our quest
Poor Jeremy. Jeremy's having a fit up there in the upper left corner. No, keep your clothes on. Keep them on. Do not. Please do not.
Tilly! Get the dog!
Tilly's our mummy. She's proper cracked off too.
Well, at least you are showing some shame.
Free at last! Somerset Bentley, glad to meet you. See, the protest has started already. Nice sharp work, boy.
Thanks, Daddy.
He gets that from me, you know.
And forgive me.
Please put your clothes back on.
We just want to be thudding well heard, that's all.
Language, Penelope. We are nude, not rude.
Sorry, Daddy.
We want the world to realise we won't roll over and run away. We will revolt. We will rise again.
Please don't rise on camera.
Will staff and piff pop.
Are you okay?
Daddy, how can you?
Oh, shut up and get your
Well, Jeremy, Megan, as this embryonic protest movement takes one in the top legs, it's back here in the studio. I'm Robin Short, struggling surreptitiously in moderate hatchings.
Thanks, Robin. Well, that's certainly a story we want to be keeping an eye on, eh, Megan?
Speak for yourself there, Jeremy, but I've seen enough shaft work to last me a lifetime.
I'm sure you have. But can a naked protest movement ever really count?
I'm surprised you got away with saying that, Jeremy.
Things in this country.
But as I'm sure you're aware, Jeremy, this country is becoming a very different place.
Yes, but seriously, who's going to run around naked in our weather?
Oh, hopefully not you, Jeremy.
Yes, well, there wouldn't be enough canvas for the slogans.
When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm busting.
Oh. She's funny.
Yes, I know. I think it's very endearing.
She wants your job.
She's welcome to it. Why is it raining on my desk?
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
Yes, obviously, Bozeman. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's what it says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You joined me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Ellie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban.
I have no idea what any of this means.
Anki Hamster, and facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, is Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on.
Oops.
And, Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin.
6.
Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid. Eddie Striker.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be focusing on.
Striker, she's determined not to let the nerve show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball.
9. Nothing to focus to.
Got a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing under her legs. Not bad, if you ask me.
Don't know why you complain. To Harris.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
What? It does?
Striker giving it large.
Second round, Harris.
Wins round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on.
Nope.
Apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow because it's quite an eyesore, and women's bodies. Yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Steady Striker.
I think so.
No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris.
Oops.
And was that offensive thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the Heats. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound.
I have no idea the fuck is going on.
A bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, we've always said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves, 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington Smith.
Oops, that one.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Nice piece of music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. He's running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security is on it. And the bucket has been knocked over! I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses. Ball boy cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Because of science, we can't. Okay. Good God.
Not bad. So that ball boy's giving me the eye all the day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around.
6, 7.
Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. Am I right, ladies? Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
So is it not supposed to go in the bucket? Is that the point? What is the point of this game? I don't understand.
And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course perhaps And yes, Harrison's counter with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we go.
I don't like the sound of that that thunder.
That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. Caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, I mean, this is a mess now. I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Nonsense is going on here. Yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters.
Pretty sure that's the exact same family from that interview.
It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go anywhere at this point. Really high-level play here from 2 absolute juggernauts of the sport. Hold. The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she's spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From Striker. But she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it like a car bonnet.
It's giving me some strong Monty Python vibes.
And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move.
Peeling what exactly?
What's going on today with us? And he's trying to... And the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic... There we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children.
Christ.
A wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say?
I don't even...
Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all I always have to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Postman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance. The storm is playing havoc with the electrics, and you might notice the odd spark. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Dave got shocked into a coma last year, but he was up and at 'em the next day. Anyway, our compensation package is parallel to none. Good luck. Boozman out.
They need a whole new lining up there.
triple soup.
We'll listen to it. Minister, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolfe, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right, Peter Clement.
Megan Wolfe.
My, but that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet.
Don't call her pet, please.
Is your seat done?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
Chissy cow.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's tripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares
I don't like politicians asking that question.
Death, pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And
No.
much less painful.
No, I do not like politicians saying that. No.
Oh, sorry, yes, it's kind of full like that.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter,
Is this going to be profanity laden? Pete,
I don't ever
please
want to
don't.
be a burden to the people I love.
No.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope. 3 days later, he were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
That sounds...
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. They could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't. Or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The Health Service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal,
I don't. This seems sketch.
by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity.
So how much of it is a murder center, Pete?
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it.
Right. Choose it, my ass.
Themselves or their families, with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
You've just given me an electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it fried my asshole.
Are we still on the air, Peter?
Yes. Sorry. My apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
The older generation might feel somewhat... Sorry, the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
I am perfectly capable of...
Prime Minister, language.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information course tonight to tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. You've yet to be in office a year.
Go, Megan.
Ah, shit.
Getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Our thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board Final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Ow!
Good job, everybody.
So they just... I don't suppose there's
I don't. That's new. I know I've gotten through this before, and that didn't happen last time. Okay. Sweet. Let's see what we got here. Some rude words were broadcast. Yeah. Oh, fuck you. My edit was fine. Received a generous bonus. Current wealth, broke as poor. Advance hates me, but that's fine. Did I let Ash show? Eh. I don't know if there's anything... Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks?
That one, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his faith.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
It probably is a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
That was good. Let's see. Let's go... Not that. I don't think we need to see any of the others. I don't think there was as much behind-the-scenes stuff as there was in the first episode. So... Continue. Ah, shit. I'm still amused by watching that pompous asshole get shocked. Day question mark? I fucking knew it.
Alex, oh thank God you're alive. It's Jenny, the floor manager. Are you okay? Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen. Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it, now. Look left, Alex, out the window.
This is new.
See? They're all over it, the little
What the fuck is this?
Snuggles Apple by pushing the big red button and he'll deal with them for you.
Is this, like... This is a dream, right?
Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again.
This is a dream, right?
That seems to be the last of them. for now. Right, we're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot.
Well, in a few
Ooh.
moments, we'll be going live to the National Nightly News.
No, I better not.
What's coming up later
This has no credibility, Jenny.
on Channel 1 at 7 o'clock.
No professionalism.
What's wrong with this picture?
It's not a mess. Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference.
That's followed at 8 p.m. by a
Of course Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Wait, is this COVID-ish?
Wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
Electric Fever Dream, starring Lawrence Blunderclatch as Helen.
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
To 11:15.
She says she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
It's the National Weather Report.
Why a furry leg?
3.
It's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglepup? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehug's toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and are searching for their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs we have so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
This frightening new development means that even those previously thought to be relatively safe
This has to be a fever dream, right?
must take care to watch their backs and keep their ears open for the soft steps of sinister feet.
Going stir crazy, with no signs of Mrs. Snugglehug's batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
With dating options limited, many house sharers, in particular students, are finding solace in co-tenants they'd previously rejected as unfuckable, indulging in an activity that has become known as snuggle thugging.
Going it alone. Popular question.
Again? Ah, game. Give me 2 seconds, it'll be back. And of course, Steam thinks it's still running, so give me just a minute. Apparently, yeah, the game just decided, nah. I hope it didn't show my Discord there for a second.
Good evening. I'm
Yes, Jesus Horatio Facefucker. It's not as funny the second time. Okay. Is it gonna? It's probably gonna start me back at the beginning of the. Oh well.
This has no credibility, Jenny.
On Channel 1 at 7 o'clock.
No professionalism.
What's wrong with this?
Let's go.
It's not a mess. Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference.
That one.
Of course Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's locking with the boyfriend going?
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
Yes, but I can't, so thank you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay.
Please don't Picard at me, Jeremy.
Leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
It's the National Weather Report.
5, 4, 3.
It's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefox? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs were so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes,
Oops.
the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that cat...
I just realized the first one's carrying a vibrator.
This frightening new development means that even those previously thought to be relatively safe, like the young and fit, must take care to watch their back.
This is absolutely a COVID allegory.
Going stir crazy, with no signs of Mrs. Snugglehug's batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
With dating options limited, many house sharers, in particular students, are finding solace in co-tenants they'd previously rejected as unfuckable, indulging in an activity that has become known as snuggle-thugging.
Going it alone, popular crustacean Johnny Hamsheaves is back in the news today as his astonishing photograph that he leaked himself shows exactly how he's been spending his lockdown.
It seems that when the lockdown was announced, Johnny's long-term partner, Tiffany Lamour, was busy in the capital preparing her new show, Chocolate Clit Bombs, for its now postponed grand opening.
Was that not a swear? Okay.
It's great to see a celebrity using their time wisely, as the government suggests, by developing a new hobby or fetish, and most importantly, by keeping your spirits up. Nice to see Johnny doing his little bit.
The shape of things to come? In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborgen Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team...
Gotta be a... 45 years later? That it has to be a fever dream.
Many of the Svorsborgen Horgensbrood, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public imagination, with a recent vote naming Helvetica Svorsborgen Wongensvoord the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
Helvetica Svorsborgen Wongensvoord here with a little update from Dante's Taint. This year's going to be our biggest ever harvest and autumn's just 2 weeks away. Or at least that's what we think. There's no real day or night down here and all the clocks broke a long time ago. But if our calculations are right, we think that for you up there it is Wednesday the 4012th of January, or as you call it, Pissman
Fuck
Day.
off.
Possibly Boxing Day if we're a bit out, so happy Pissmouth. I hope you get all the presents you asked for left under your Pissmouth tree. I'm hoping to complete my collection of rocks. See you in September. Helvetica out.
It's hard to believe they've been down there so long now.
But everyone knows time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why baths take so long.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bath,
the quicker the relativistic forces of temporal causality will have a
What?
measurable effect upon the fixed...
This has to be a fever dream, right? There's not even a clock up here.
I've said that many times.
Papers, please. With the lockdown becoming ever more rigorously enforced, having a passport is becoming increasingly important, Alex.
The government caused controversy today by announcing a fresh charge of passport fraud with an imaginative form of punishment for those found guilty of this brand new but incredibly serious crime.
The international community have been critical of Advance's decision to begin branding those found to be abetting passport fraudsters. The red hot metal may seem painful, but I'm told it's actually preferable to most music currently in the charts.
And Advance speaks out, with the snuggle struggle proving a test to governments around the world.
I really don't see them saying the words they've been saying.
Accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have been listening, and that this should be taken as a response to...
It does it by itself. Okay.
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute to the political climate. But let's
Oh, sorry, Jeremy.
how we behave in our home lives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement.
Good evening. One of the many new jobs I have in this current crisis is to liaise on a daily basis with the Department of Perambulation, and they have made me aware of these. Now, these are genuine requests from citizens for permission to go outside. Now, I would like to share a few of these with you tonight under the loose heading of what the fuck is wrong with you people? How difficult is this to grasp? I'd like to start with James from Angerhampton, who says he needs to go out because there's a duck in the park that I like to try and feed on a Friday. I call him Mr. Quackington, and I think you're really starting to bond.
wait.
James, they make their hives in parks. And then Katie from Self-Righteous-on-Sea wants to go out so she can deliver homemade meals to the elderly. No, Katie, stay at home. Your casserole's dire, and Shirley can get by with tins of creamed rice from the 1950s. And you, Lewis, from Hamble-Bamblebury, those screams you heard in the alley last night behind your house are best left to the police. Now, I want to make this as clear as I can. Think first.
Like, I agree with his words, but Jesus, dude.
And stay inside.
Like, the tone is fine, but some of these things, like, no.
It's all over. Thank you.
Go. Thank you.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be probing heartthrob reporter Patrick Bannon, while I take a deep dive into some controversial opinions.
Probing? In what way will he be probing?
In our third segment, and presumably because our editor is also working from home, there's going to be a bloody quiz.
I can't wait.
Don't do that.
And in a moment, Jeremy Grumpelson and I will be asking controversial CEO Sophia Remington where it all went wrong.
And psychic scientist Dr. Delia Lywell will be joining us, presumably to provide a bit of false hope.
Maybe she'll tell you how you're going to die, Jeremy.
Too late. I'm certain it happened months ago.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
Fuck off. Thank you. Is this just going to get more and more impossible as time goes on? Is that how this is going to work?
First tonight, how do we get here? Where are we going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her villa on the island of San Palmerino is CEO and socialite Sophia Remington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I am loving your hairdo, babe.
And from her crystal healing laboratory in what I assume is a garage in Lower Uppington, Doctor, it says here, Delia Lywell.
Thank you for inviting us on your show.
Us?
Don't. Miss Remington, your toys are rampaging across the developed world, your company is worth less than my annual salary, and your country's president recently called you a national disgrace. Have you taken your eye off the ball?
Oh, honey, you're so cute when you're angry. The thing with you folks over there is you have an island mentality. You can't see the bigger picture.
So, what is the bigger picture?
The bigger picture is lithium batteries. Our toys have been running for upwards of 71 days now with no signs of them slowing down whatsoever. Imagine what that means for the future.
It means we don't know when the hell this lockdown's going to end, doesn't it? You don't seriously believe Remington's fist can survive this?
Lithium batteries are going to change everything, tiny ogre. They're going to power our new transport system, make technology portable. Hell, they might even take us into space.
But how can you make them with everyone at home?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Thanks to the work of thousands of tiny hands, they're
God.
pouring off the production line. Times are good for it.
I was hoping that would make her not do that.
Future.
Excuse me, hello, yes, if we might. This is our area of expertise.
What, multinational economics?
The future, Mr. Donaldson, to which we are all connected.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy it. Why not? There's clearly nothing better to do. So, what does your scientific process tell you about the future of Sophia Remington, Doctor?
We see her on a balcony. Foreign soil, but not foreign land. An age will pass.
Fascinating.
Wasn't it just?
Delia, you are amazing. We have to fly you out here to the island to do that for my guests. They're gonna love you.
Unfortunately, all flights are grounded because of your tiny, deadly stowaways.
Not all flights, honey. Dee, call me. And you, Maggie. The more the merrier. Bring your swimwear.
Miss Remington, you seem completely ignorant to the seriousness of the situation.
Oh, the timer's back.
Do you take any responsibility at all for the global crisis?
Careful! It's a trap.
It's not a trap. Why are you helping her?
She seems fun.
You bet your ass I'm fun.
Please answer my question, Miss Remington.
Listen, are lithium batteries the most incredible invention the world has ever seen? Probably yes. But, in fact, who am I kidding? It is definitely yes.
Oh, she is drunk.
Will they last forever? One day, all the Mrs. Snugglehugs will just stop. It'll be like a miracle. And then we can all go back to the tradition of buying products again. Because I really don't mind telling you, it is really hitting our bottom line. Except for sponges. We seem to be selling an assload of them.
Dr. Lywell, do you have
Why is ass not... Okay.
how this might end?
Well, it's not an exact science.
Not even a real one.
But our senses tell us that there will come a day when there will be clouds in the sky, the grass will be rich and verdant, and the birds will sing at dawn, and that shall be the day when we walk forth again.
I find that strangely comforting.
That could literally be any day.
Yes, I agree with Jeremy here.
Clouds, grass, and birds. That's literally every day.
Let's hope it's not too soon. I'm kind of hoping we can make it to the 100 days. It sounds good on the commercial. Besides, if it lifts now, the children will have to go back to working normal hours.
Well, let us ask the eminent professors for 100th then.
No, let's not, eh?
I'll drink to that. Stay strong and party on.
Stop drinking.
Sophia Remington, Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be reaching out around the country to see what's really happening out there.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these sandwiches.
Well, she's a Hindenburg-sized fuck-up.
I mean, she's fun at a social level.
I wouldn't want to be on her board.
Christ, no. She's going to drive that company into the fucking ground.
Subscribe today, and every week we'll send you a workplace accident.
Jeremy is usually right, but not always. From what I've seen so far, he's properly grumpy. Dave, go away.
I've decided to come home.
This is definitely a dream.
How I get me job back. Cheers, Alex.
Oh, hi. Hi, Foxy and company.
Every issue comes complete with this companion magazine, containing the impotent good wishes of your colleagues and the non-specific corporate.
I'm pretty sure we're in the middle of a fever dream right now.
Yeah, exactly. You said it, I've said it. He must know, he's not stupid. I just don't want it getting back to him that it came from us. Hey, no, Jenny. You're not backing out on me now. We're in this together.
Go.
Get him. I've made the cake. We're on the balloons.
This is already
No, I didn't.
pretty chaotic, Foxy.
40, 17. Yeah, ready. Okay, coming back. In 5, 4, 3... Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Ruth. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown might impact the nation from some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our little heated encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
Okay.
Katie, how are you coping?
I'm holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home.
Oh no, what happened?
I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention, and we had a particularly heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Oh boy.
I seriously hate splitting the bill.
Probably in the same hotel.
And as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off than me.
Exactly. My tour has been cancelled indefinitely, and I've had to refund every single ticket, even the cheap seats.
Oh, Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. People are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise I've already spent it filling the beach house with beef.
The crisis claims yet another victim.
So, this is just a reminder that my book, Alan James's Reich, is now available in paperback.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
Jesus, Alan.
You're unbelievable.
Yeah, they're definitely in the same room.
Might affect the economy. Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound dramatic, but this could be catastrophic. Unemployment has skyrocketed, and frankly, it will be a miracle if a lot of businesses can survive this.
There you go, scaremongering again, spreading this latest liberal hoax. That's what they want. They want us quiet. They want us compliant.
Taking bets on them being in the same room?
A hoax? How on earth can you say that, Alan?
Well, I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys. Have you?
Well, no, but...
Did you know 3,000 people die every year from regular toys? That's a lot.
This is absolutely a COVID allegory, and I'm really hoping it's a fever dream.
Just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent and persuasive point, Katie.
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press are the enemy of truth.
She's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit!
Well, then I must be wrong.
Alan, are you now recanting your statement that these toys aren't dangerous?
People are saying they're just like normal toys, and that simply isn't true.
You just said that!
Media lies.
And Katie, how do you respond to Alan's claims that Mrs. Snugglehugs might be dangerous after all?
I suppose I guess I'm agreeing with him.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your support. A lot of folks are saying this Mrs. Snugglehug situation will all blow over.
Oh, Jeremy with the sandwich.
Yes, right, exactly. We need decisive action from the government. We need huge financial support to protect our workers and our businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need
to repent. Exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves with all our liberal indulgences like art, cake, and healthcare. We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborns, or to push a beloved family pet.
Absolutely, Alan. If we can all successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease the great ancient.
What are you guys?
Katie,
What?
could it be any worse?
Luckily, over the past few years under Advance, they've invested heavily into health, so the system can actually bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the Llama Lords have unleashed a horde of man-made monsters on it?
This has to be a fever dream. Yep, same room. Fucking knew it.
Fucking seconds.
The Global Alliance of Fish People are amassing an army. Amassing an army to kidnap
That's you. That's what you sound like. That's you. That's what you sound like.
But I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be your friend.
I've got loads of friends.
No, you haven't.
I don't think you do, Alan.
Yeah, stop lying, Alan.
I'm not lying. You are.
Oh, good one. Oh, good one.
Well, I'm telling.
Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. Some real food for thought there from two of the territory's leading minds. Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us an up-to-the-minute report of the status of
Poor Jeremy.
the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you for what I'm sure was a reasonable debate which really contributed to the national conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Brannan. Are you there, Patrick?
Hello, Jeremy. Yes, hello, I'm here. I'm here live. Apologies for the quality of the...
Yeah, live, absolutely.
Find any cameramen or women brave enough to come...
You're not on a soundstage at all, no.
Right, and can you tell us what it's like out there?
Yep, I can. It's as you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely deserted. And my question, Jeremy, is just how long? I mean, could there be danger lurking just around the corner, waiting to end the fledgling career of this young, promising journalist before his full potential is even realised? Will he die?
You are in a soundstage with a green screen.
If you ask me, very, very much underpaid.
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
Oh, that's actually a sponge. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me any PPE, so I've been forced to improvise.
Oh boy.
This sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick, just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy, not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside, following government advice, and not putting themselves at any risk at all. Unless, of course, like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism reasons.
Mm-hmm. And just where are you, Patrick?
I'm in the street, on the street.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling to hear you, actually, Jeremy, there.
Which street? Which street are you on?
Oh, which street am I on? Oh, God. I'm just looking for a sign. There it is. I'm on Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the side, it says there.
Like Patrick Bannon?
Oh, yeah, that is like, that's strange, that's a weird sign. I don't know what's going on there.
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon, Alright, fine, I'm not on Bannon Avenue, I'm at home, to be honest. Alright, fine, well, I'm in my bathroom, technically, but, you know, I couldn't face it, to be honest, mate. It's, you know, it's terrible out there, I don't want to go outside. They're everywhere. I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
You hear that sound? What's that?
I can, yes. I'm no expert, Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh, fuck, it does. Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no! Oh, bollocks.
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
But you're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit. Fucking, listen to me, you bastards. If you're out there, just to piss off, you little fucking snuggle fuck. I'm too talented to die. I'm too talented. What the fucking hell? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Patrick. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they break their way in there and finish you off. What do you see, Patrick?
Well, that's some horrifying.
Thank you, Patrick, for that report, showing the nation, and more importantly, management, just where you belong. It's time for another break, but when we come back, we'll be happy to take your mind off the world for
I'm really hoping this is a fever dream.
bring you a few smiles. Join us after this.
This has to be a fever dream, right? Please?
Damn right. Yeah, Adam.
Whoops.
Yes, to Bannon Avenue.
Oopsie. Okay, yeah, it has to be a fever dream. See this shit? It's a fever dream. Yeah.
Aging. Possibly more so. We need to come together. Every single one of us.
What did I pick?
No, I'm not.
What?
I'm not going to.
I
don't have to. No, you're being a child. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. No.
No, go the fuck away. Oh.
3. Welcome back to the National Nightly. Well, welcome back anyway. We know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight we have something a bit different for you. Even though some people felt it's not our job to entertain the public with absolute nonsense, other, more important people overruled those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win and who will National Nightly lose. So, how do we play? Well, joining me as a man who knows all about playing, it's Tommy Harris.
Apparently not. Oh, God.
All right, Johnny. It's good to see ya.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy?
What do you mean lockdown?
The enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Ah, yeah. I think I heard about that, actually, yeah.
You're in bed, Tommy?
Yeah, you called during nap time, so...
Of course, that's my fault. So, why don't you tell us how the game is played?
Well, it's pretty
I
simple.
don't think I do have my sponges, no.
I'm going to ask contestants from around the territory 3 questions about what else, yours truly. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special prize.
And what are they playing for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please. Jeremy. Jeremy. Thank you. This.
Is that... What is that?
It's my athletic support, Jeremy.
Oh.
But I've signed it, so...
Oh, well then, what a fantastic prize.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once-in-a-lifetime prize, Jimmy?
Jimmy.
We have Angie on the line. How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
Excited, Jeremy. And can I just say, I love you. Both of you.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
Oh, Angie, I love you. In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
Well, what can I say? My name is Angie. Always has been. I'm a human woman. And my dad
Are you really a human woman?
as acceptable.
I don't believe you.
Shall we get these shambles underway?
Absolutely, John. Can I get 30 seconds on the clock, please?
We haven't got a clock.
I did ask for a clock. So,
Well, why don't you start, and I'll stop you when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right, here we go. Time starts now. Question 1. When is my birthday?
August at 7:19 a.m.
That is absolutely correct. Question 2. What? I said, what is my favourite colour?
Crushed praline 4.
What is your quest?
Correct, the colour of my nipples. And finally, Angie dear, what is my star sign?
That's a trick question. You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable, that is correct. Stop the clock.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. How did you do, Tommy?
Well, Angie, my love, you got every single question right. Which of course
What is going on?
absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie.
I don't...
Bye. Do we have
This is painful.
a line at Jelly Bean?
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Artleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Of course I am, Jamie, darling.
Thank you for being here, Sonia.
Oh, there you are, Tommy. Mwah.
Let me get back to the theatre, don't you?
Is it that obvious? What gave it away? Was it the glamour or poise?
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia.
Oh, well, if you must play this game. I am a theatrical agent. I represent the likes of Rudy Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie Carpetburn, amongst others.
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Well, they may have closed the theatres, shut the studios, and boarded the cinemas,
I'm
but they won't
concerned.
easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artists' contracts, I am able to claim my 15% from their unemployment benefit.
Wow, that certainly is sharp.
Standard stuff, standard stuff.
And can I ask, where are you speaking to us from?
Well, I work from home, you know, to keep costs down.
And who's this?
Oh, well, you know, when they gave the order, I was actually mid-meeting with a client, so we've been isolated together.
No fucking way!
What the fucking fuck?
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Can I just tell you how bloody brilliant you are?
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
We've got time,
Well, if it's not too bold, I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris.
No, it's not too bold.
Isn't this the teacher from Hey Friendship?
My stuff. I've been working on some new shit.
Well, at least you're already aware.
During lockdown, we've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children, haven't we?
People still let you near their children, do they?
That's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for young...
Mr. Algebra, please.
Well, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Jeff?
Go away, Mr. Algebra.
Absolutely dying to.
Right, so, what do kids love?
Not algebra.
Child support payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers?
That's right. Animals! So, I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand?
No.
Yes, I think so, yes.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
I am, yeah. So, the first one we've been working on is called The King of the Jungle's Mortgage Repayments. It's about a lion who's having problems with his interest rates.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does, yes. He's a porcupine. How did you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. It speaks to people.
I'm going to say something to you, mate. I think you're onto something here.
Can I just... I want to pull the plug.
This one is much better. So, this one tells the tale of Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear is a very sad bear, because all of the other bears don't think that he'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something there.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this. He's at his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. He
Just
can't even
kill me, Snugglehugs, please.
But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
This is fucking gripping.
That's right. He meets a wise old octopus who takes him under his wing and...
No.
No, Mr. Bear, don't be sad. You're not like all the other bears. You have this ambition and these dreams.
Such fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff.
I think I hate both of you.
Do, Mr. Bear, says the octopus, probably doing an 8-armed gesture or something.
What you need to do to find happiness in this crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear.
Can I just not watch you, please?
Wow. You really have taken And what do you want children to take away from this?
Oh, fuck shit. Fuck.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
Are you all right?
That is not what you said.
It's Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
No, stop.
That's not your name.
We need to know how it ends.
Well, all the animals learn a thing or two about inevitable mediocrity.
Yeah, and Mr. Bear settles down near to his parents' cave, stops trying to make his band happen, and he goes into bear telemarketing.
Becomes a bear maths teacher.
Oh, and we end... We end on a big musical number!
Can we not? Oh god, there's 5 minutes of this shit left.
So it's catchy but not too challenging.
Sorry, 6 minutes of this shit left.
Yeah, you know, I might...
Please don't.
Why not? The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
Don't be quoting orgies, please.
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Lights!
Or wanted.
What was that?
I can only apologise in advance for what we're all about to endure.
You turn this shitting thing... Well, there's all sorts of creatures down on Dangly Doodle Farm.
No, just shut up.
Mr. Octopus with way too many arms. There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow They're always in good moods. But that's
Can I want to join Jeremy. We need to leave.
Food. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hope
This is painful.
turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon. He'll end up as a bus driver soon. Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks of turpentine. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house. Ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he'd go into professional sports. Now he's an
This is painful.
He's on his third year.
Jesus Christ.
What's that over there? That's the place your life begins.
Mac, if you ever edit this, please cut this entire thing out. Please and thank you.
That's where your hopes go to die. Lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations. You'll never win an Oscar, so there's no congratulations. The future that is coming will not meet specifications, and no amount of visualization will save you from your own deterioration. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's a tramp who thought he'd be a multi-millionaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where self-esteem goes to die. Mr. Bear,
Why did they make this mandatory? This should have been an extra. My God.
Mr. Bear, what's that over
Someone just kill me.
go to die?
Please put me out of my... Oh, thank God. The title sequence. Please. Please.
Go to die.
Well, I'm sure we'll all still be singing that tomorrow morning. That's it from us for tonight. Many thanks to all our guests. I look forward to seeing them all again. Eventually. But before we go, Alex, I wondered if I might have a word. You see, I've had my eye on you, friend, and I've got to say I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You keep letting me down, chum. Playing it safe. Making the dull, boring choices, failing to assert yourself. No one likes a pushover, Alex.
You're gonna make me be chaotic, are you?
Chum, you're acting like a bit of a wimp. Alex, will you give away your passport so my super rich sibling can abandon us all?
Yes, she's talking to me. I'm a little... Yeah, this is definitely a
Can I have the money
fever dream.
for food so I can go around the continent on a jolly? Sure, Susie. We can always eat your grandma when we run out of food. Wouldn't it?
How dare you?
Take charge. Aren't you tempted to just lay down the law? You know what's hot, Alex? Other than me, obviously. Confidence. Power. Control. We're all drawn to it, like rats to the piper.
This game just took a weird turn. At least I know it's a fever dream now.
Look, far be it from me to try and lead you down the dark pathway, although sort of is my whole raison d'etre. But imagine, just for a moment, that none of this was...
I mean, I knew as soon as I saw this, but...
stupid game where you could just do it all over again if it all went wrong.
Don't talk to the player, please.
Sam and Charlie and Susie were just characters. Wow. Think of all the fun you could have. Just being bad.
Please don't talk to the player.
For the hell of it. My name's Megan Wolf. Have an evil night. Ugh. Jen, I'm just gonna go smoke. Okay, can you get Bozeman on the phone?
Babe, I don't care if this is a dream.
That has to be.
Trip or a shock-induced coma. I did not sign up to be dressed like a slag.
What she said.
For a 20. Alright, I'm a professional news anchor. Not a fucking bogan. It's bad enough that he makes me do that unconvincing accent the whole time. I mean, look at this. My skirt's so short you can see my jute. Alex, why don't you wake up? You fucking perv.
Wake up, Alex! Alex! Wake up!
Okay. That was something. The game's just gonna treat that like a okay. Ugh. I think I lost some IQ points on that one. Okay. One more segment and then I think I'll call it. I wasn't even looking at the commercial, to be honest. I was too busy with my brain leaking out my ears. The rhythmic... God damn, I can't even read right now. The rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor brings you back slowly to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted by a semicircle of concerned faces. Your family by your side, a reassuringly familiar sight in these new surroundings. You blink a few times to clear the sleep from your eyes and bring everyone into focus. You feel a hand on yours, gentle but reassuring. Sam, there with you as always. Their expression, understandably concerned, is somehow more affectionate than ever. We knew you'd be okay. Never doubted it for a second, and if I ever see that Bozeman, you squeeze their hand back and attempt a wink. The worry lines on Sam's forehead fade a bit. Lord knows you've both got enough to be anxious about without losing your health, or without your health being thrown into the mix. With a final smile at them, you turn to the rest of your family. Just as you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting, clearly trying not to look worried. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see Charlie tense up, his concern clear on his face. So, you're definitely good, right? He finally asks, quickly looking away. Of course I am, buddy. There's nothing to worry about, or I'll be fine, Charlie. Leave the blanket alone. First one. Charlie looks at you and grins, one of those infectious smiles that spreads around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. Your smile fades as you notice your mother staring listlessly out the window. Despite all your best efforts, she's not been doing well lately. Are you okay, Mom? Your mother starts, your call clearly shocking her out of her reverie. She turns to you and smiles, and you're grateful to see the increasingly rare recognition in her eyes. Yes, dear, of course. How are you feeling? You smile warmly and nod, but before you can respond, a doctor bustles in and ushers everyone out. She asks you, for what feels like the 100th time, how you're feeling. Surprisingly well, all things considered. Excellent. There's no sign of any real damage, just a bit of a shock to the old system, pardon the pun, she smiles. Not that we'd recommend you do anything like that again, of course. After a couple days' rest at home, you should feel right as rain. She turns to leave, but stops at the door. Oh, and the private room in care. The doctor gestures to your room, which you now notice looks rather expensive. Has all been paid for by a Mr. Bozeman. He left these flowers and said not to worry and to take the rest of the week off. He'll see you Monday, apparently. Seems like the least he could do. Day 180, a burden to bear. You come home from a particularly late shift to find the kitchen lights still on, which isn't normally a good sign. Everyone's usually in bed by now. Softly opening the kitchen door, you find Sam sat at the table. Bills and papers are strewn in front of them, as well as what looks to be their second pack of biscuits. They give you a quick kiss as you take the seat next to them. Sam frowns and goes back to the bill they're holding. Hey, sweetheart, just looking at the numbers again. They look to the door to the pantry, now converted into your mother's bedroom. We've been doing our best, but I think Cassandra really needs a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly, the bills are all you can see. I've been staring at the numbers all night. Tears in their eyes, Sam takes your hand. There's just no way we can afford it. I'm so sorry. The kitchen table swims before you. Sam stands up and pulls you into a firm embrace, but all you can think of is your mother, and how you can't afford to help her. What would your dad be thinking now? And is this the utopia Advance promised? You stare at the door to your mother's makeshift room. Tomorrow you'll need to tell the kids, and then book an appointment at the transition center. What else could you have done? Could have, not given the passport to the brother-in-law. I'm definitely doing another playthrough when this is done to see what happens if I don't give the passport away. Sam's out with work tonight and Charlie's staying at a friend's. The house is yours. You order a takeaway, have a couple of drinks, and decide to relax in front of the TV. Not a great selection tonight, but surely something to watch. You feel like a laugh. Comedy it is. Sam's not here, but you can still watch a horror without them. You just want to switch off. Action thriller is the one. Sam isn't a fan of historical dramas, so you make the most of them being away. I don't think this has a huge impact on the game, but I feel like it's going to be one of those sneaky decisions. This person's been through a lot lately. They need a laugh. Oh yeah, Paracat, you missed the transition center. It's a scary government something. The humor's a bit hit and miss, but the joke about the kiln has you bent double in laughter. I want to know what the joke about the kiln would be, because that's... Anyway. Yeah, very Soylent Green vibes. It's like... Yes, the government will take care of you in your final days. Very Angel of Death vibes. Anyway. Wiping a tear from your eye, you spy something reflecting in the light of the TV under the coffee table. Curious, you reach down and bring it out into the light, and as you pick it up, you remember the note Sam left for you. Hey, sweetheart, Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? Well, it's probably that box under the table. As you hold it closer, you're surprised to find the gift's actually an engraved lighter for, quote, Chippy. She claims the nickname is affectionate, but Charlie still scowls every time she says it. You're not sure Sam would approve. The accompanying note from Susie explains, Urkistan has a long tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Thought you'd like it. Don't do anything stupid. Suze. Hopefully it's just a souvenir and not a new pastime he's picked up, or about to pick up. It's nice that she thought of it. I don't want to know what that is, Pearcat. Okay. Oh, do I still have to? Right.
You're fired.
What for? Facial sabotage?
Jenny, problem? I want her fired today, now.
Don't worry, Kath, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical destruction and get out.
You realise you're beginning to sound like me?
I mean it, Kath.
Stay where you are.
Jen, this is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy, or yours.
It'll be all right. I'll talk to Buxton.
Oh, good. You can tell him I'll return his wife's casserole dish at our dinner next week.
I can only do 2.
Jenny.
And his very first guest is popular parrot.
I'm sorry, Kath, you're going to have to leave.
At 11:30, it's a double bill for popular transatlantic comedy That Nun.
You're letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded
10
me.
seconds,
I thought we were
everybody.
all part of a team these days.
Things are better, Jeremy, you know that. Just stop being so
Sorry, in
high-mighty
5,
and do your job.
4,
You'll have me fired too.
3.
Don't tempt me.
Meghan and all the team at the National.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What do you think about all these sanctions?
I doubt it make a lot of difference, Pet. I've lived through 2 world wars and I smoke 40 a day. And if that ain't killed me, I doubt this will either.
Thanks, Patrick. Important stuff.
Controversial Prime Minister Julia Salisbury attempted to assuage growing public concerns with the following official statement released earlier today.
The international sanctions declared against this country today by the World Council remind us that now, more than ever, we need to come together as a team. Since coming to power, we have eradicated poverty. And as
Have you?
we've seen crime fall to levels previously thought impossible. Our schools, hospitals and youth clubs are thriving, and our
Are they?
centres have enabled many thousands to unburden their loved ones with dignity.
I don't
In any
believe
sane
you.
world, we would be held up as a model to emulate. Evidently, this is not that world. The privileged few have lobbied, and now they are striking back. But we will not cower before their tantrums. And we encourage other progressive nations of the world to continue to trade, visit, and share their cultures with ours. Do not be afraid. We have more friends than we can count. We are a team, now more than ever. And this team is on your side.
You remind me way too much of the just general corporate bullshit.
Reassuring stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our refreshingly different government? Robin Short found out.
Oh, shit.
I was wondering if you could tell me what you think of the government.
What?
Yeah.
That shower of iridescent pricks, punishing success and rewarding laziness, they're taking this country down the bloody Swanee. And it's not just me that thinks so. My wife Iris, she agreed.
Putting the grown-ups to shame. An award today for Camp Busyfingers, which continues to break all production expectations.
A slightly dazed-looking Sophia Remington presented young foreman Alfie Plank and his team with a certificate, statuette, and a...
We are not. No.
So, how do the public feel about the Youth Employment Opportunity Scheme?
Absolutely stupid.
What's your opinion of Camp Busyfingers?
What do you think my opinion is? Should be banned. It's bloody child labour. Is that what you like, is it? Children being exploited?
No, I don't.
Pipers at the gates of dawn. Commuters in the capital this morning found themselves surprised and amused by the latest stunt from popular pressure group Disrupt.
Silent protests were held outside underground stations throughout the capital, bringing a pleasantly surreal quality to the morning commute.
Unless, like me, you have a phobia of mimes.
But how do we, as a country, really feel about Disrupt? Robin?
How do you feel about Disrupt?
Ah, well, now you're talking. Ruddy hero, showing us not to take it lying down like Iris here.
So you both feel they're
Boomer humor.
supporting?
Well, Iris doesn't speak her mind, but we're pretty sure there's still one in there, aren't we, love? Wherever it is, it loves Disrupt, fighting the Oiks for our freedom. And what can possibly be wrong with that?
Do you need me to get you some help?
Feast or famine. Resourceful doctors David Wong and Ingrid Sforsborg and Horgensford today announced their first successful harvest in Dante's Taint. Although they can currently only grow a few fungal strains, the scientists seem to be staying positive, as the following picture shows.
The undauntable scientists chose to try and survive in the cave system while the complex rescue operation inches forward up here on dry land.
Let's hope they like Stroganoff.
But with Advance planning to spend an eye-watering amount of public money on the rescue craft, we asked Patrick Bannon to find out what we should all be thinking about the accelerating costs.
What are your thoughts on the costs of the rescue?
Oh my God, Patrick Bannon, wash your mouth out with soap. You can't put a value on human life. You have to spend whatever it takes, because one day you might be trapped in an underwater cave system and you would want exactly the same.
I don't think so, actually, because for legal reasons, I'm actually not allowed within 31 yards of the coastline.
You're not allowed within 31 yards of the
Finally
coastline?
opened today for the new Advance Team membership cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and, rightfully, pubs and bars.
And of
Oh, it's just a national ID card.
It all seems too good to be true.
That's fine.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership cards? Oh, yeah, fantastic. I'm applying today. I mean, why wouldn't you? What are these protesters doing? They don't want us to know who their names
Oh, that's much.
Besides, have you seen the savings you can get? I'm getting one for the little one as well. How adorable. Yeah, gonna be a...
Give me more details before asking me to make that decision, you assholes.
He smiles.
And finally tonight, back of the net, popular sports personality Johnny Hounsleaves and his fiancée Tiffany Lamore was spotted out today doing a little shopping for what many are already calling the greatest wedding ever.
We can only assume that Tiffany's latest show, My Teenage Secretions,
Sure.
was better than expected, as by the looks of things, the whole affair's about to become more expensive.
The celebrity thing, who gives a shit?
I don't know who that is.
But what should your opinion be of this extravagant display of wealth?
Don't really care, love.
Your thoughts there?
Later tonight, in a break from our usual responsibilities, Jeremy will be taking popular rapper Jesus to task over his street credibility. And then we'll both be meeting the team behind the new play that's got theatre critics buzzing with
Oh no.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
Nope, I cut early. Oh well.
Tonight, let's return to our main story.
With the shine coming off Advance's popularity,
Oh no.
Period pretty much over.
The National Nightly News has spared no expense in bringing you the response to today's sanctions from across the continent.
Joining us to help digest this shocking development are Prime Minister Peter Clement from his home in Lanfordshire.
Good evening, Jeremy.
And from Urkistan Foreign Minister Ivan Vodovich.
It's a great pleasure. Miss Wolf, you like...
And from Svenland, Minister of Mojo.
Oh no.
Hey, everybody.
Minister Vodovich, your country pushed especially hard for these sanctions. Any regrets?
My only regret is I was not able to see the face of my old friend Peter Clements when the results of the vote were announced. As you say, he has one up in your bottoms.
In Svenland, we try not to gloat, actually, because it's seen as really ugly and dangerous to some small creatures, yeah?
Oh, don't worry, Minister. Ivan and I go way back. He's a wind-up merchant who can't put for shite. He's just trying to get a rise out of me.
You're like a man who load dissidents onto train to labor camp, Not
What?
country, but to make up for size of his tiny penis.
Been on the vodka, Ivan.
No more than you. I see you on election night with mouth like man thinks he's singing beautiful lullaby. But actually he's squealing like a pig in hands of Randy Dick Farmer. Hey?
Actually, we Svenlandians, we aren't size obsessed. We value passion, yeah, like the way we spoke up for Mr. Clement's country at the World Council.
That's all well and good. And high and mighty, but where were you for the actual vote, then? Our finger in each other's fjords?
Actually, that's kind of racist, and if you must know, I've had like a really tiring afternoon and my tongue is very sore.
Prime Minister, with Advance's popularity on the wane...
You don't have to bring that up.
Oh no.
Opportunity, you know.
Peter, he's like man who think he's sniffing flowers in his beautiful glade. But he's actually standing under outflow pipe from shit factory at shit flushing time on day of village festival of shit. I tell him this at 19th hole.
Minister Vodovich believes that left to their own devices, people will behave selfishly.
It's nature of all beasts.
However, in this country, we think our citizens are capable of being more than beasts.
Pathetic idealism.
Minister Björk, Svenland has long had radically different traditions and culture from the rest of the world, and yet it peacefully coexists. Why do you think that is?
Well, you know, I think maybe the world sees us as something they can actually spiritually be enlightened to, yeah?
Yeah, or maybe it's the orgy houses.
Sometimes, when foreign dignitaries come to visit us, they're actually quite skeptical, actually. So we take them on a visit
Actually.
Dunga district and show them what like a progressive enlightened society
Is this...
looks like, yeah?
I feel like this is actually kind of racist, just a little bit.
White woman who thinks she makes best cake in village hot baking contest. And then when she slices it open, it's just full of piss and cum.
That's just really gross, actually.
Svenland is a teeny tiny country. With population smaller than number of people, Peter Clements is sex with his teeny tiny penis.
It's not all about size, actually.
Yes, that's what Peter Clements always claimed.
I'm talking about population size.
And I'm talking about Peter Clements' teeny tiny...
Oh, fuck off, Ivan!
Oh, Prime Minister, please.
It's so easy to sit on your pile of money and gloat, isn't it, pal? You're a shite leader. A fucking god-awful golfer. And quite frankly, as my old man used to say, you're a bit of a cunt.
Prime Minister, please.
It's you who is cunt.
Minister Vodovich, please.
You people are fucking starving, pal.
We'll see how well fed your people are when the sanctions start to bite. You think you're man like big scary wolf person terrorizing village, when actually a pathetic goose.
I'm actually starting to like Advance more. What the fuck?
Why are you so obsessed about small cocks, mate?
In Finland, we believe like the size of your penis
Sorry.
isn't as important as the love it contains, yeah?
Oh, fuck off, yeah.
Okay, if everybody could just calm down.
You're so smug on golf course. They're like man who fuck pig and somehow give her birth to beautiful lady girl. But now you start to see, yes? The people never happy. It's never enough.
It's certainly true that Advance's popularity...
He's on the fucking wane. Yeah, let's go with this bollocks again. Shall we? Actually, you know what? Nah, fuck this. I'm done with this.
Prime Minister, please don't storm out.
No. I have had enough of you, Mr. Jeremy Donaldson, and your snide asides. You think you could make a better job of things, do ya? Because it's not that fucking easy, let me tell ya. Your channel is a fucking disgrace. You insinuate and edit against us and pick your headlines so people don't trust us.
I wonder if I had been more fair to them earlier on, if this interview would go differently.
Well, we've not got long until the adverts, so...
I'm sorry
Oops.
for the outburst, Miss Wolf. Julia thinks very highly of you, and I know you're not the one making...
Oh, Jeremy's getting the can.
Do any of you have anything you wish to add about the sanctions?
My work here is done. I like man who happy he lie down with fatty, drunk, easy girl from village inn, who discover in morning he wake up next to beautiful news reporter lady.
You know, I think it would be a terrible shame, yeah, if the people of your country were to suffer because of teenage grudges and personal rivalries, yeah.
Thank you. Prime Minister?
This country, this wonderful, civilized, creative, inventive country, we're not scared of these sanctions. There's no wolves at our door, only the best of people striving to help out. So no, Ivan, we're not afraid. In fact, I doubt we'll lose a wink of sleep because we're strong and we're well resourced and we don't back down to bullies.
And on that note, we have to wrap up.
Ministers, Prime Minister, thank you for joining us.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Peter, it's so easy. So many buttons to push.
Piss off, Ivan.
Well, I see you at Grange this weekend.
No, I've got meetings. Some tossers impose sanctions on the country.
Well, shit.
I mean, wow.
So that happened. Roaring monsters.
Public ownership.
You two are like couples who think you are king and queen of village when actually you are just puppets on this string of little shitty hand puppet.
New government censorship should show up in blue.
Well, I officially lost respect for Advance. I was starting to like them, and then
Loyalty.
What?
Should I just like curse?
Hang on. Have they given you the Crown Prince report?
What?
Meghan?
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
Yo, thanks for having me on your show, man.
It's quite alright.
Yo, just a quick one. You're not going to ask me about the chimp, are you?
Live in 10 seconds.
He put that get up on himself. I'm just saying.
who am I supposed to start on?
4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first,
want to do the
it's time to go
theatrical
over to
thing.
the Culture Spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy.
Thanks, Megan. I have the honour and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus!
That's definitely a...
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's a real honor to be here on your show, The News. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand.
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died, died tragically. Right there in my arms, man. Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to the used homeware. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Well, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just, it's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the
Jesus, dude.
4 times I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. They call me Mr. Cheese Slice. Anyway, we were like a family.
So it would seem. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, nah, of course, man. Very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, yeah. I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing, and I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children? Mr. Cheese Slice.
Ooh, Jeremy.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
Or
like...
maybe it's hereditary.
Trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Ludlow's Tears.
Oh no, I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah. You love it?
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's
Oh no, this is gonna be hard.
So here he is with a new song. Aren't we lucky? It's Jesus!
First, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay.
Oh no.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel elation from your participation. Still two leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes, I don't need your freaky team. And I don't
can't hear my sensor.
to achieve my fucking dreams. So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Get every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive. But why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention. I like to eat a little of the fruits in my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise, of the press of the wave. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's fit as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. So this is for the snub ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks that feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now
stop cursing.
Are empty. The ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise, of the press of the ways. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's fit as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets. Set a fire in the building, let him feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, you're spoiling bet getters, and burn them on the powers of advances fucking letters. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's fit as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to storm the castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team. And advances, little dances aren't as harmless as it seems. Cause they're stale and corrupt, then you're angry. Then your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Jesus there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs. and an attempt was made to censor some of your lyrics.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe this.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. Back to you, Megan.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there, sorry about that. Well, thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing...
Little Jeremy?
Coming up, we'll be speaking
Okay.
to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
That's the ads.
Just a reminder. Fixing that old VCR.
This is ridiculous.
New tape. Last ad break.
Just a mix-up, I'm sure. Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust
leave.
me. My father's going to hear about this.
I understand. This is unbelievable, Megan.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeremy.
Don't trust me. I haven't spawned.
I like that Jeremy is on the side of not censoring political ideas. Why am I suddenly liking Jeremy more? That's weird. I hated him at the start. He's a pompous douche.
Say this in public, but sometimes I just want to kick their little faces in.
Every night, I dream of choking the last tiny breath out of little Frankie. But when I wake up...
Oh, here we go.
Oh, shut up it.
Look at him.
If we could just get you in position.
Oh, say no more! Say no more!
Oh no. Not him again.
And Mr. Harris, and this
Not Mr. Algebra.
Philippa, please.
You're back together again, eh? Who'd have thought it?
Perhaps a lower order demon.
Yes, it is awfully exciting, isn't it?
Right, okay then. We're going live in 10 seconds, opening on camera 1.
I don't want to open on camera 1.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back, and no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Rayton, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a pretty good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see? He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did he say?
Why is the third section always
Jeff,
so...
everyone's
Ow.
What in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre. Yeah? I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris. Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some clips of the process of the show.
Oh, no.
Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come
Oh
to my
no.
graduation.
Bad acting again.
You're an embarrassment. But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells! Demon, back to the hells!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris? I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into. What's different about this show, then? Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as
I'm just gonna...
I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God
6,
forbid,
7, 8,
but, you know,
9,
this
10.
show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show?
Oh, good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that really
5,
brought the production
6,
from strength to
7,
Absolutely
8,
right. Jeff's
9,
contributions
10.
are immeasurable. He was our rock. Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
Yeah. We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground.
Stop that. Thank you. I'm gonna start using the mouse again.
You'll never take the sacred pass! And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, was actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which, frankly, would have been a travesty.
Please.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ!
What the fuck?
It's a metaphor.
For what?
Death.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves? We're performing all over the nation. And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
That's not
That's all we have time for today.
funny.
Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Tired, dull and lifeless hair. Fed up with dry and brittle split ends. Say hello to acid gastrique.
At least I keep getting A pluses, I guess. Fuck's sake. Yeah, Advance can be happy with whatever the fuck they want. I'm still broke-ass poor, so... I need to watch out for this thing. Okay, I think that's all my brain can handle right now. I've been at this 2.5 hours. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call it here, and I'll pick it back up sometime soon-ish. Probably in the next couple days or so. I know tomorrow I've probably got other plans, but I don't know, maybe sometime this weekend. We'll see. Next time I stream, I will definitely... Or next time, yeah, I'll keep this up sometime soon. All right. That's going to be it for tonight. Cheers.